Hey YouTube, it's diapers22 here, and I'm back with a kind of short video. So, after a long night with little sleep, I'm about to go to work and go do some training. But I kind of wanted to go and touch base about a subject that kind of came up recently with me. So, I wanted to talk quickly and briefly about flying with diapers. Do I wear when I go through TSA? Do I bring them on my carry-on luggage? Or, and what do I, do I put them on my check bags? No. So, typically, I find that when I fly, and for companies like business and pleasure, I will fly with a suitcase and I have a duffel bag. So I always use the duffel bag as carry-on. I do have TSA pre-check, and so that makes it easier with TSA. I've only gone through the normal lines a couple times, and I'm not a fan of taking my shoes off. I tie them way too tight, and I have to untie them to take them off. It's no fun. So, I've flown from New Hampshire to California, and Iowa, and Chicago, all those areas quite a few times now. And so I have flown with, typically I'll put a couple diapers on my carry-on, and I'll put the rest that I'm planning to use for however time, or the amount of time that I'm gone, I'll put that in my check bags. Now, one thing that I always keep in mind, or you have to keep in mind, is be wary of what you bring with you. And so you cannot bring a big bottle of powder. In fact, the day before I go flying, I get a bottle of baby powder like this. Now, that is pretty good. I believe that is allowed. I think maybe 6 ounces and larger have to go into your check bags. And so I'll get a small packet of wipes. Not like the normal size. I get the small one. And so I fly with the small package of wipes and that right there. And I'll typically put 2 or 3 diapers in that bag, and I've never personally had that bag get be searched going through the airport security. My last time heading through, when I came here and I went through TSA on Sunday from Manchester, they didn't have their TSA lines open, and I was kind of counting on it, but it made it weird for me because I did throw a diaper on just before I got to the airport. And so I'm wearing, and they're like, oh, you gotta go through the x-ray. And it's like, oh, I felt weird because I'm like, shit, they can see me in the diaper on that. And so that might set off a flag. I was hoping it didn't. And so when I got out, they're like, oh, we need to just pat you down. And so I'm like, well, my pockets are clean, and the guy, he just took his hands and went down and felt my pockets. He didn't do anything else, and they may have seen, but they were none the wiser. They didn't have any noticeable reaction to me wearing, and they didn't check my bag. So I do fly with them, and that was the first time I've worn going through security, and it was a little weird at first. I felt really awkward, but honestly, it was good. It was worth it. Typically, what I would do, because I have been super anxious about security, I would go and fly, or I'd go through security with diapers in my bag. And then, when I get through, I'd typically find an airport bathroom and put one on, and just go from there. One big thing that I've heard about going through security is you don't want to wet it before you go through security, because they can see that, and I imagine that giant mass right in your crotch area, a weird mass sticking out, might look kind of suspicious to them. So we gotta be mindful of that. And by all means, it's their job. You cannot none of us can be upset at TSA or the people that work there. You know, they're not doing that personally, and I'm very sure that like an awkward scenario where if they did see me in a diaper, it's probably just as awkward for them as it would be for me, you know? It's two sides of a story, and um, I don't think they're really there to go and get enjoyment out of that kind of stuff. So, yeah. Typically when I fly, if I do carry a bigger package of wipes or like a big package of, or a big bottle of baby powder, I will put it into my check bag, and I will put all my, like, I'll put the rest of the diapers in the check bag. I'll try to fly with like 2 diapers or 3 on my carry-on, and so I just keep it kind of light, and I'll put the rest in my check. And I don't put any onesies in my carry-on, just because I think it looks weird if you just see like the buttons randomly inside the bag when they take an x-ray of it. And also I just kind of be mindful of like putting just a bunch of ABDL stuff in there. I just try to keep it light. You know, if they were to look, oh, they'll see a couple plain diapers, I'd rather them not go and see like a baby bottle or a pacifier or like crazy onesies. You know, like, I try to keep it simple when I go through, and I'll put all that other stuff in my check bags. And so, yeah, I mean, like when I went through, I just had some wipes, a small bottle of baby powder, and a couple diapers in my check bag. I wore one going through security, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna do that again. I think it really just depends on the timing when I get to the airport and how much time I have until it takes off, or the plane takes off. But I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to doing it again personally. And so, yeah, that's a little brief video about flying while padded, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please like, comment, subscribe. Tell me any story you guys have, any experiences, and I'm curious to hear what you guys have to say. I mean, I'll be flying again, so I'll post a video maybe tomorrow or Saturday about my experience and like how that all went down flying, because I'm going to Virginia, and I'm driving all the way back to New Hampshire. I'm probably gonna stay overnight. I want to stop somewhere in Washington, and there's an ABDL store, I guess, for AB Universe there, called Strom Holdings, and they sell a bunch of ABDL diapers, apparently, from what I've understood. I might call them and try to see if like, oh, are you guys open to the public? And if I go there, I'm kind of tempted to pull my phone out and do like a little filming and just kind of low-key, you know. And yeah, let's see what happens. But yeah, if you're in that area, if you're on the route of I-95 north, going from like Virginia Beach all the way up to New Hampshire area, if you're in that middle point somewhere around Washington or something, shoot a comment. I don't know, shoot a message, tell me what's up, tell me what's there, you know, like good place that I can go to eat, cool things to go see. I'm trying to go on an adventure, and out here there's nothing. I drove for 1 hour, well, actually an hour and a half in one direction, didn't see anything. But yeah, all right, goodbye cute babies. Like, comment, and subscribe, and until then.